Well, I'm still waiting on suspension for this thing, even though it's been over 2 months. We ran into some snags. Um, Ended up having to get the chrome shock shaft uh, completely re-chrome. So that got sent off to a custom shop, and my suspension guy isn't a full-time suspension guy anymore. So it's just taking a long time. But in the meantime, I have all the bearings for the swing arm, the linkage, and the shock itself. So I'm gonna get that stuff prepped as best I can. And then I got new bearings for the steering stem. So I'm gonna take the front end apart. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna do some research and figure out what I can do for the steering stabilizer because the selector is locked up. So on the computer, I got some videos, so I'm gonna try and pull it off and fully service it, new O-rings and all that kind of stuff because I'd like to keep it since it's already there. They're not cheap, but yeah. So I'm gonna take take apart the front end and then see what I can do with the linkage and all that kind of stuff, and just be fully ready to go once the suspension shows up. All right, I got the handlebars off, steering stabilizer, all the controls. Everything came off no problem. Everything was actually kind of loose, which is a little bit concerning since I hadn't ridden this thing. So I'm just going to work on taking the fairing off and getting all the weight off of the clamps as best I can, so that when I take off that steering stem nut, that there's less fighting me. So that's what we'll be working on. I got the cluster off and I got everything else off. It's all pretty much just plug and play, a couple of bolts. Nothing too bad. Just take your time and it'll slowly make sense. And looking at this nasty wire loom, I think it's a good time. I'm gonna pull the tank off, and I think I'm just gonna go through the whole electrical and put new looms on and just make it look a little nicer. So this is actually pretty wild. I got everything off of it except the ignition, right? And I thought the kind of jitteriness in the movement was the steering stabilizer going to crap, but it's definitely the bearing. So I'm glad I decided to do this. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera. Like, I mean, look at that. Um, the whole bike's moving, and it. I wish you could feel it. It's like it's just chop. So it's gonna be. It's like it'll be really interesting to see what these bearings look like, because it feels absolutely horrible. Like, this should just be. That's crazy. I mean, not super surprising with how jacked up the rest of this bike was, but pretty wild. Hopefully everything inside, as far as hopefully it's just the bearings and it's not damaged anything else in there. So we'll see. And this is the kind of nastiness I was talking about with the wire loom. It's split here. You can see inside, and then they obviously had ran power to a light. There's old drill holes on the front of the fairing. Right there. There was an extra light at some time, I'm assuming, and they just left they snipped it off and left it underneath all these zip ties. So I'm gonna get this off. I'll probably strip off all this old nasty electrical tape and see if I can't find a nice looking loom. All right. Breaker bar didn't work, so. Well, janky, the adapter, but worked just fine. Oh. So definitely some custom work done to make the steering stabilizer work. This is the part where the stem kind of drops in and holds it in place. And this little Allen, like, look how much it's shaved on this end to get the clearance from the top triple clamp. I'd be scared to even try and loosen this up. I'm going to try and not take it off because I don't know how that's going to go. There's a look at the lower bearing. Seems like it's just kind of sitting in there. It's not, yeah, look at that. There's our dust seal. Again, I'm surprised how I mean, they don't look great, but I'm surprised they don't look worse for how nasty that thing was turning. Here's a look down inside. That is welded. On both sides. I didn't even see that before. Look at that. Never mind, I guess we're not taking that off. Alright, well, that's welded on. Started trying to clean some stuff up, but the more I deep dive into this bike, I think I'm just going to pull the motor out and I don't know, maybe, I don't know if I'm going to strip the frame and then paint it myself, or strip it and then have someone anodize it, or what. I've seen a couple videos of people cleaning up motors and then just kind of spraying them so everything looks nice. But it's like, I'm already here, you know, everything's taken apart for the most part. I feel like it'd be weird to get parts back and then start assembling it and it still just look like a bucket. You know, the point was to use the bike, but I'm also kind of like, I have this thing if I want to go riding, so why not just make this even more of a project? I've even seen some really cool scrambler builds from 650. So I'm going to sit on it overnight before I start doing a bunch of stuff. Not a bunch of stuff, really. It's a couple motor mounts and pull the thing out. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to contemplate a little bit about what I want to do, and I'll let you guys know in the next video. I think I'm going to wrap it up on this one. So thanks for watching. See you guys next time.